Welcome back to the MLS show. This is the Mix Zone, not Mix Discaroo, because we've already mentioned him on another video.
Mix Discaroo Zone.
The Mix Discaroo Zone. Think it'd catch on?
Not here, no. Can't see it.
Okay, let's just go over some of the other games, Ped, that have gone on over the weekend. Columbus Crew won, DC United won. Ola Kamara. They just love having a Kamara that scores goals.
It just helped with the kits, didn't it?
That was it. He just quickly...
We tapped the kits up.
He scored again for Columbus Crew, but they couldn't get over the line against DC, ending in a 1-1 draw. Sporting Kansas City. I wanted to talk about this actually because Tim Howard in goal for Colorado. First MLS game he's won in 13 years, apparently.
Against Sporting Kansas City.
Sporting.
I think there might be a little bit of payback to me there. Thanks, Tim.
He did have something under his shirt. There you go,
did.
Ped. That's just for you, Ped. But it was a mistake, wasn't it, for the Colorado game. Hairston scored the winner. But Tim Howard, a clean sheet. Made a couple of good saves.
Is that 2 in 3 games?
2
in 3 games? Yeah. I don't know what you can really... I don't know. What can you... Listen, he's doing all right. They're
doing well, though, aren't they? Colorado, second. 3 games in hand.
They're doing very, very well.
On Dallas.
It's all changed around this season. Yeah, Sporting, unfortunately, we're a bit in and out. We're a bit in and out, but we'll wait and see.
I suppose
good cup team, and that helps in the playoffs.
Well, that's it, though, isn't it? I mean, you said it so many times. It's, this is after this MLS game, but the MLS
hump.
All-Star game in the next week or the week after, rather. And once that's out the way, everything goes up another level.
It does, yeah. It goes up another level, and you've got this part of the season, I think, as well, where
the transfer window's open now.
You've got a lot of injuries and stuff, and now you're having to deal with again, a major factor is the heat. Playing through the summer, you got a lot of injuries coming off the back of in the various international tournaments and stuff. So whether it be the Copa America or the Euros, whichever, and players probably need a little bit of refreshing at this time of year. I think the All-Star game coming up sort of helps that. It gives a change of scenery. Some people involved. I think Bezler's going over for Sporting. And it gives other people maybe a couple of days off, just a break, freshen things up a little bit. And then after that, I think you start to see, sort of see the end line and what's needed. And whereas, we've talked about Dallas on a different video and them resting players for a game. Whereas I think now things just get tightened up when you start looking at things going, right, here's the playoffs. We're going to channel into that. Get it. This is where we can finish. If we finish here, we might play this team and that team. And I think that's a big thing now. So I think Sporting is still in there. They're knocking about. They tend to be good going into the playoffs. So they know what it takes to win. They know what it takes to win cups. So I'm not too worried, about it at the moment.
I mean, the handily placed. I mean, Colorado have been, Pablo Mastroeni, his name. He's done unbelievable this year to turn it around. Last year they were struggling, weren't they? Just
needed a bit of guidance, didn't he? Just needed a bit of guidance, and I think this shows what MLS is all about. You can change things around really quickly. Get a few good solid players in there. You get a few wise heads in. You make them. I've said, listen, we say this all the time. If you can get yourself sorted defensively in MLS, I think you'll go a long way. And I think adding someone like Jones to the team has really helped that. And I think just having that experience of having someone in there who knows how to organise. Again, this is something we've spoken about. I think Portland did it last year on the back of Liam Ridgewell. Having someone who knows how to organise a football team and to drag people in and say, listen, you come over when everyone's bombing, or they see things in match. Experienced players see things. That's where Tim Howard will be such a big asset. He'll see things. He's played in the Premier League for 10, 11, 12 years.
I was listening to the co-commentator. I can't remember who it was, whether it wasn't Alexi Leilas or whoever it was, the co-commentator, saying how quickly Howard gets them playing again. He said some of the players aren't ready to receive the ball, and he's got it.
That's playing under Roberto Martinez.
That's it. But he does get the
but also, though, it's just the fact that he's played against some really mean defences. We know we watched him under Moyes. Our defences were just ridiculously mean at times, and knew how to just defend.
Yeah.
And he'll know. He'll talk to his defenders and he'll tell them when to push up. And I tell you what, if you've got young, inexperienced players, they'll learn so much. And it sounds weird. They'll learn so much from a goalkeeper. It'll be unbelievable.
Definitely.
Because he's got a good. He's an intelligent man. He's got a good football brain.
Very good.
Just not very good at saving things.
He is for Colorado. They're doing very well. Real Salt Lake 0, New England Revolution 0. Orlando City. Let's talk a little bit about Orlando City.
2-2. Going away.
Again, no manager. Bobby Murphy still holding the reins, holding the fort. Went up. Julio Baptista.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him. Now, I love Vancouver keeper Usted, but he's had a mare with Baptista's goal. Let it go through him. Then Vancouver have come on strong, gone back in front. Then Kyle Larin has scored. The great delivery by Molino. Kyle Larin, brilliant header at the far post for 2-2. Then Baptista gets a penalty. And you're thinking, right, just no cacker, of course. Yeah. Kevin Molino, I think, wanted it. Baptista said, no, you're all right, lad, I'll have it. Kevin Morales-esque for Everton. Steps up and basically almost puts it out the stadium. Yeah. The worst penalty ever.
You always find that when people do that, don't you?
Yeah, they never just step up and slot it, do they? Well, not unless you're Higuain for Columbus when he had a little bit of a spat. But, you know, I'd say it was a decent point for Orlando. David Usted has come out with some unbelievable saves. Yeah. Save one later on from David Mateus to keep, you know, to get them a point. But Orlando City on the back of that, it's come out now that Jason Christ, the former New York City manager and Real Salt Lake manager, he's the favourite for it, or, you know, if we're led to believe. So, what are your thoughts on that?
We sat here last week and we basically ripped Orlando to bits, didn't we? So
you did. I defended.
No, I think you did as well, to a point. I think it's really. I think, you know, you're gonna get. I think that's a really. He
knows the league.
I think that's yeah. But I think what's more important is he knows the league. But I think, without being disrespectful to, let me just say anyone here. Without being disrespectful, I think going to New York was a change of mentality for him.
Yeah.
It was. I don't think anyone felt like he deserved the sack when he got the sack, just because of everything that was going on. Pirlo coming in half the season, Frank Lampard basically not playing at all. Villiers just playing on his own, and it just being a mad mismatch of players and never getting sort of like a settled system down.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was big enough for the job, and that's that. I think he came from Real.
Big enough or like sexy enough for what they want?
Big enough. Just not big enough. Right. Just not a big enough presence to command what was. Because he's got two jobs there. He's got to walk into players, and he's also got to go and walk to a board. Now he's got players who he's got some big names in there. He's got a lot of just mediocre players.
They've gone up a level again.
He's got to make mediocre players good. It's not always that easy thing. He's also got to have the respect of the senior players, which would be tough because half of them probably wouldn't have had a clue who he was. He wouldn't be on the radar of any of those top European players, let's be honest. And then he's got to go and satisfy Sheikh Mansour or whoever you know,
City football.
You know, who listen, don't get me wrong, they're not people who just expect instant success, because they didn't with City to a point, but I think they expected a certain level of professionalism, and it just wasn't getting there. Now I think with Real Salt Lake, I think he had more control, and he had more time, and there was less expectation. So maybe that fits in a little bit more with Orlando, although from what we were saying last week, maybe not. But I think Orlando, they're not New York City. They're more on a level with Real Salt Lake, but they don't want to be Real Salt Lake. They want to be a New York City. Yeah. So maybe he's perfect, because maybe he's seen both sides of the track, and now he's like, well, I know how to get you to this level, and I know how to take you to that level, or I know what it takes to get you to that level. So from that point, he's perfect. Also knows the league inside out. He'll know how to bring players in and put them into a team. and have that flexibility.
And he knows, obviously, salary caps and everything else.
Exactly,
It's
which we said last week that was a big fear for us, was if Orlando just went out and gone, pick a name, pick a name out of a hat. Who's out there, bang, yeah, I'll have him. Oh, does he know anything about how it works now? Oh, well.
I think I suppose, obviously, being an Orlando fan, my fear is they never got the defence right at City last year in New York City. They were all over the place. Some games, it was shambolic, and you looked at it and thought, even if you've got the worst players ever, get them organised. And I don't think he didn't have New York City organised. I think back to just off the top of my head, I think back to the Toronto game when he's up against Giovinco, who was absolutely unreal last season. And it's okay, Giovinco will destroy you on a good day. They just left them on his own. Things like that. It terrifies me.
How many DPs have Orlando got?
Well, they just got rid of Carlos Rivas now, so he's gone to Benfica to go into their thing. So that's a DP
all right, well, they've got a DP slot there, so why not use it and go and try and get a really, really good centre back who can organise the back four, or if not, someone who can sit in front of the back four. Because I think that's what we've seen in this season, or certainly in the last 18 months. I think we've seen it with New York Red Bulls sort of starting it, was a lot more teams starting to look at players who sit in front. New York City have done that this season as well. They've sort of decided that Pirlo's not that natural man. And I think maybe if they did and went, listen, you know what, we've got loads of attacking options in this team, but the thing that's letting us down is the defence. Get an organiser in. We've just spoke about Colorado. Get an organiser in. Go and spend a little bit of money. This is the time to go and get one now. With still pre-season in Europe, and get somebody who can organise that team. And you know what, that could make that could be the difference.
Because they've got, offensively, when they've got Molino and they've got Kaka and they've got Larin, Baptista's weighing in now. They've got offensively good players. They've got players who will get them goals. You get someone who can keep them out the other end. They're half right.
Also, if you've got a good centre back or a good holding midfielder, suddenly what you find is your fullbacks become better attacking players because you've got someone who knows how to fill in those gaps. So all those little things. Someone with a football and brain.
Barry, they need someone like Gareth Barry.
Gareth Barry would actually be quite good for them. But someone with a football and brain who can just sit either at centre back or in front of the back four and just organise. And I tell you what, I think you would see a complete difference in Orlando defending.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good point there. San Jose 2, Toronto FC 1. Now, this one was mad because San Jose had 2 players sent off and then still won the game. So 9 men against 11. Giovinco, another game without a goal. He can't buy a goal at the moment. He's all over the place. I don't know what is wrong there.
Burnout, maybe?
Maybe burnout, not going to the Euros, a hangover maybe. Or
might have been distracted about those planes taking off behind the stadium.
Just a bit, yeah.
That distracted me.
Yeah.
It might just be a case of a little bit of burnout. I mean, it happens.
I just wanted to address the 2 sending offs personally. The first one, the second one is ridiculous. He gets the ball. It was just embarrassing, and the referee, once again, we talk about MLS referees, but it was pathetic. Never ever a sending off. But former Derby player Simon Dawkins getting the winner with a great little run, skips back inside. I thought it took a deflection because the keeper's just giving it one of them with that going, and it's into the far corner. But a massive win for Dominic Kinnear there.
They don't know the team. They don't know the team that if they could just get an influx of something, they seem very good at home.
Stronger.
They're just overshadowed by Galaxy.
They just need that.
Someone give me the option to live there. I'd probably go and live there, but
if they've got like Wanderlous, he will always get you goals.
He will, but
he can't do it on his own.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But for how much longer can he do it?
Yeah.
How much longer can he do it without having sort of people to help him? They need to sort of.
They need a bit of.
They came back into the league. Then they got the new stadium. And they just need the next thing now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like when Kansas rebranded. They rebranded, they got the stadium, and then they got the trophy, only like a couple of years later. And it was a path, it was a good path. And that's what that's what they need to start doing. I don't know how they're going to...
I mean, it's a tough... I think you're right. I mean, you've got players like Amirikwa who, on his day, is brilliant, but he's hot and cold. And Wondolowski,
there's a lot of players like that.
On his own. And
that's what I'm saying, but there's a lot of players like that in MLS, isn't there? Look at them one day, oh, they're amazing. Then there's another player, and you need that consistency.
And
I think,
in there,
again, it goes back to having players that consistently play well without being earth-shatteringly like amazing. Yeah, you want players who just do a job. And again, I'll say it again, it's like New York Red Bulls. Don't have a team full of stars. They have a team. Yeah. They have a team. But it's a good team, and that's what a few more sides in the league. You know, them. I think Vancouver are another side who need to start doing that as well. They've just hit a bit of a ceiling.
What do you make of Toronto? Seem to have a lot of money. They seem to have had players up. Obviously, Josie Altidor's been. I know he's not your favourite, but he's been out. Michael Bradley has been in and out again. Not one of your favourites, but Giovinco's hit a brick wall at the minute. He's not performing. Let me just get it.
Altidor's rubbish and Bradley's rubbish, right? I don't care what anyone says. They're both rubbish, right? I don't care who I've just upset. They're both very, very rubbish players.
Out as well.
They're on far too much money, and they're not very good. And you've got a player there who is just head and shoulders better than anyone pretty much in the league. And he's suffering burnout because of...
But they can't give him a rest because they haven't got anything
else. Exactly. They haven't got anything else.
The next best player is Endo, who's coming this year.
This is the trap they keep on falling into, though.
Yeah.
This is the trap Toronto keep on going out and buying the shiniest thing in the shop. You know, they did it with Defoe. They didn't really think about the whole...
Imagine if you could have kept the phone.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't think about the whole package. I would just bin out the door, honest to God. What does he give you? Does he give you shirt sales in Canada? Behave yourself.
Try and get them a swap for like Bobby Wood or something.
Just go and get... I'd retire out the door if it was given to me. I'd just release him, honest to God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. I just think Toronto, what they need to do is
stadium.
Exactly, they've got the stadium, they've got the potential for it. They've got the fans. They've got they've got the potential for. They've got the potential to be huge. Yeah. Look, Seattle have proved that. You know, they've got the potential, but you need to. You know, fans are not going to just sit there and patiently watch it go back. Especially when you've got literally the best player in the league. Oh my God, he's phenomenal. The lad is phenomenal, and you know what? He'll just go.
I've had enough.
What is he, 28?
28.
28, he'd be going.
Back to Europe.
I guarantee you, someone in the Premier League will offer him huge.
China
will offer him big, stupid money.
And that'll be good.
I'll be good. Don't wear Bemba Bar shin pads. You know, someone will offer him huge money.
Yeah.
And if Toronto will just be like, how does we have this player and lose him? Because you're not backing them up with good enough players. You're backing them up with Josie Altidore and Michael Bradley.
Right, on that note, the club you mentioned in there, Seattle, they went to Portland. We saw the Freddy Krueger Tifo, which was amazing.
Amazing.
You know, legends never sleep and all of that.
Yeah,
Portland Timbers doing what Portland Timbers do, and Valeri. What a player.
Do you know Valeri? He sounds like a player. No, Valeri, this will mean nothing to you. Valeri sounds like a sword in Game of Thrones. And that's what he was like, smashing up
Seattle to the
smashing sword. Up the ice zombie people things. That's what he was like.
I mean,
Valeri Steel.
The first goal.
Nothing to Baz.
Doesn't. I can imagine that's something really great. There
will be Tifos. Tifos are coming.
They're on the way. The first goal for me. The second one, it's a cross and it drops in, but the first goal, the speed, I've never seen him run that quick in my life. But he gets onto the ball, little shimmy inside, whips it into the far corner, absolute screamer of a goal. But, you know, just too good for Seattle. No Dempsey for Seattle. Jordan Morris thought he'd done a Omar Nias on the Alri. He had this
no one wants to do an Omar Nias.
And also it was...
Do you remember, like, about a year ago, I think when I sat here and I said, do yourselves a favour and sack
I was just going to come on to him.
Shiggy Schmidt.
Shiggy Schmidt.
This goes back to a conversation we had last week.
Yeah.
Yous are all too nice.
Yeah.
Yous are all far too nice. He was done 12 months ago.
Yeah.
You've got a team there. Oh, franchise. You've got a team there which is the potential, again, one of these teams has the potential to be anything it wants to be.
Yeah.
And it is going down the tubes. And I don't care that Clint Dempsey wasn't playing. I don't, you've already lost Obafemi Martins. Listen, you've got the potential. And what even makes it worse is, not only have they got the potential, but I would have sacked them because Portland won the MLS Cup.
Yeah.
That to me would have been that would have been like, haven't had a great season. Oh, and our nearest rivals have won the league. You're sacked. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That would have been the cue to me to sack him, because you've got to step it up because of that. It's not being funny, like Celtic won the league in Scotland, but sacked their manager because they got beat by Rangers in the semi-final, and Rangers got promoted, and they knew that it didn't matter that they'd won the league. Rangers were coming up, and they had to make sure that they went up a level before Rangers went.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean, like that crossover, and that's what Seattle. The mind boggles to me that man.
They're another one. Everything's in place. The fans are fantastic. You know, they got the new pitch and everything. They got Dempsey's in there. They got Jordan Morris. I think's brilliant. The reason why he had the thing on, because he's got a tattoo, a new tattoo.
They're just too nice.
They are. It's time to chase.
Do you know what?
Just
like,
chase Siggy.
You know what? It's great. It's great supporting your team. It's great having tifos, and it's great hating. But you know what? No, once in a while you have to turn the anger on your own club. You do, now and again. You have to say, enough is enough. Anyone who watched our Toffee TV channel last year will know that we did this a couple of times. And you know what? I never felt bad once about it, because I couldn't care less about individuals. I care about my team, and you've got to do what you've got to do in a reasonable way. And Seattle are just they're falling behind,
and they shouldn't
when
be,
they shouldn't be. There's so much potential. They live in an area that is just football or soccer mad.
Bed, isn't it?
You know, I've got a T-shirt that says Soccer City Portland on it. That must hurt. But do something about it.
Chad Marshall scored a brilliant header to reduce, because Gleeson had made some fantastic saves. Jake Gleeson for Portland, then big Fernando Addy.
Do you remember when Seattle's rivals were LA Galaxy? Yeah, they were good times, weren't they? Yeah.
Need to sort it. Get rid of Siggy. Little bit of transfer news. That's the game's done. Little bit of transfer news. Cameron Jones has joined. Big Cameron has joined Atlanta United. They signed Chris McGann, former Wigan player. Chris McCann, rather, former.
Chris McGann's our mate.
Not Chris McGann. Chris McCann, former Wigan player last week. Cameron Jones this week, gearing up obviously to MLS. Big Cameron, thoughts?
Big Cameron.
As a target man.
He's a handful.
Yeah.
He's a target man. Cardiff City, I think he's on loan at a team in Qatar at the moment. He's been on loan at Bournemouth, I think, as well. Don't expect loads of goals. Expect a target man. Have a runner off him, and you'll do all right.
Yeah.
But what else can you say?
I mean, I think it's a good signing for a new franchise. I think it's a focal point if they can get people around them. Obviously, they'll have to flesh out the rest of that squad. You know, Adrian Heath may go up there with McDonough, and then that's very much like Cameron Jones. I think if you get crosses into him, he will cause problems, and who knows, he could get a lot of goals in MLS.
It's an interesting signing, yeah. You know, he's a Trinidad and Tobago international, so from that point of view, that should work all right, because that should fall into place international wise with the. So yeah, I think that'll work. I don't know, and I haven't got a clue, but maybe there's a big Trinidad and Tobago population within Atlanta, and that'll get people. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe people fly up. Not that far, is it? And Atlanta is the biggest airport hub.
Busiest
Yes,
airport,
in America. Yeah, I know
world.
that, and yeah, facts, kids.
You
We
know.
know our stuff about airport terminals. So, yeah, it's a good sign.
I think it's a good. I think it really interesting me Atlanta United. I think it's going to be great when they're in this
Yeah,
one.
it's
exciting.
I like new. Well, I'm not saying like all the time, but it's interesting when new teams come into the league. It just adds a new dimension, and watching them set up's interesting as well and grow. So
it's going to be great. So anyway, that's us from the Mix Zone. Let us know.
And we got one more story. Oh, it's a good job I made.
Go on, mate.
You've got it written down. I can't remember what it is.
You've thrown me.
The attendance for...
Oh, yeah, he's right. He's right. I haven't got it written down, it's on my phone.
So the biggest attendance of the weekend, 35,000 for a friendly between...
Cincinnati and
Crystal Palace.
Can you believe it?
So 35,000, Cincinnati, proven that it's not all about MLS teams.
North American soccer, there is some attendance for the soccer. Cincinnati, Crystal Palace, 35,061. LA Galaxy, Houston, 25,500. Vancouver, Orlando, 22,000. Portland, Seattle, 21,000. Montreal Impact v New York City, 20,000. Columbus Crew against DC, 20. Real Salt Lake, New England, 19.
But it's interesting because I don't think Crystal Palace ever get 35,000 at home, so that's fantastic. I mean, I've seen someone saying that they didn't think Ohio could accommodate 2 clubs. So that's an interesting question for the people watching. Could that happen?
I mean, 35,000, that's impressive. They've had a couple, you've got other Oklahoma Energy, they're attracting them. Detroit, big attendances potentially there. Sacramento, it's all set up for down there. So what's really interesting for me is how it's growing, not just in MLS, but everywhere else in the United States and Canada. So gearing up really well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to know what people think about, which of those teams could sustain MLS. And obviously, it's not just all about the attendances. It's it's about sustaining those attendances and also about the stadiums and that stuff. So, yeah, we'll wait and see if any of those teams can get the nod.
35,000. Impressive. Very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Check out our other videos that we've done this week as well. Me and Ped will be back with more MLS next week. Take it easy. But it was a mistake, wasn't it, for the Colorado game. Hairston scored the winner. But Tim Howard, a clean sheet, made a couple of good saves.
Is that 2 in 3 games?
2
in 3 games? Yeah. I don't know what you can really... I don't know. What can you... Listen, he's doing all right.
They're doing well, though, aren't they? Colorado, second, 3 games in hand.
They're doing very, very well.
On Dallas.
It's all changed around this season. Yeah, Sporting, unfortunately, we're a bit in and out. We're a bit in and out, but we'll wait and see.
I suppose
good cup team, and that helps in the playoffs.
Well, that's it, though, isn't it? I mean, you said it so many times. It's this is after this MLS game, got the MLS
hump.
All-Star game in the next week or the week after, rather. And once that's out the way, everything goes up another level.
It does, yeah. It goes up another level, and you've got this part of the season, I think, as well, where
the transfer window's open now.
You got a lot of injuries and stuff, and now you're having to deal with again, a major factor is the heat. Playing through the summer, you got a lot of injuries coming off the back of in the various international tournaments and stuff. So whether it be the Copa America or the Euros, whichever, and players players probably need a little bit of refreshing at this time of year. I think the All-Star game coming up sort of helps that. It gives a change of scenery. Some people involved. I think Bezler's going over for Sporting. And it gives other people maybe a couple of days off, just a break, freshen things up a little bit. And then after that, I think you start to see, sort of see the end line and what's needed. And whereas, we've talked about Dallas on a different video and them resting players for a game. Whereas I think now things just get tightened up when you start looking at things going, right, here's the playoffs. We're going to channel into that. Get it. This is where we can finish. If we finish here, we might play this team and that team. And I think that's a big thing now. So I think Sporting is still in there. They're knocking about. They tend to be they tend to be good going into the playoffs. So they know what it takes to win. They know what it takes to win cups. So I'm not too worried, about it at the moment.
I mean, the handily placed. I mean, Colorado have been, Pablo Mascherani, his name. He's done unbelievable this year to turn it around. Last year he was struggling, weren't he? He was struggling.
Just needed a bit of guidance, didn't he? Just needed a bit of guidance, and I think this shows what MLS is all about. You can change things around really quickly. Get a few good solid players in there. You get a few wise heads in. You make them. I've said, listen, we say this all the time. If you can get yourself sorted defensively in MLS, I think you'll go a long way. And I think adding someone like Jones to the team has really helped that. And I think just having that experience of like having someone in there who knows how to organise. Again, this is something we spoke about. I think Portland did it last year on the back of Liam Ridgewell. Having someone who knows how to organise a football team and how to drag people in and say, listen, you come over when everyone's bombing, or they see things in match. Experienced players see things. That's where Tim Howard will be such a big asset. He'll see things. He's played in the Premier League for like 10, 11, 12 years.
I was listening to the co-commentator. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Alexi Leilas or whoever it was, the co-commentator, saying how quickly Howard gets them playing again. He said some of the players aren't ready to receive the ball, and he's got it.
That's playing under Roberto Martinez.
Well, that's it. But he does get the
but also, though, it's just the fact that he's played against some really mean defences. We know we watched him under Moyes.
Welcome back to the MLS show. This is the Mix Zone, not Mix Discaroo, because we've already mentioned him on another video.
Mix Discaroo Zone.
The Mix Discaroo Zone. Think it'd catch on?
Not here, no. Can't see it.
Okay, let's just go over some of the other games, Ped, that have gone on over the weekend. Columbus Crew won, DC United won. Ola Kamara. They just love having a Kamara that scores goals.
It just helped with the kits, didn't it?
That was it. They just quickly...
We tapped the kits up.
He scored again for Columbus Crew, but they couldn't get over the line against DC, ending in a 1-1 draw. Sporting Kansas City. I wanted to talk about this actually because Tim Howard in goal for Colorado. First MLS game he's won in 13 years, apparently.
Against Sporting Kansas City.
Sporting.
I think there might be a little bit of payback to me there, thanks Tim.
He did have something under his shirt. There you go,
did.
Ped. That's just for you, Ped.